Good morning, students. Till now, we have discussed what is refraction, what are the effects of refraction, and we have already seen what is refractive index. On what factors does this refractive index depend? On what factors does the refractive index depend? On where is this refractive index plays a very important role? And we have already seen if the refractive index is high, then the speed of light is less, and vice versa. Vice versa means if one increases, the other one decreases. That means if refractive index increases, the speed of light decreases. And we have already seen when a light enters from rarer medium to denser medium. Do you understand, children? When a light enters from rarer medium to denser medium, the light ray bends towards the normal. The light ray bends towards the normal. When a light ray enters from rarer medium to denser medium, the light ray bends towards the normal. In a reverse case, let us find out. When a light enters from denser medium to rarer medium, the light ray bends away from the normal. So here I already told you that when a light ray enters from rarer medium to denser medium, the light ray bends towards the normal. I have already told you and explained many times, but now we are going to discuss or prove experimentally that means our aim is to derive a relation between the angle of incidence and the angle of refraction. You already know that angle of incidence and angle of refraction. What is the angle of incidence and what is the angle of refraction? What is the angle of incidence, children? The angle made by the incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence. What is the angle of refraction? The angle made by the refracted ray and the normal is called angle of refraction. So children, till now we have discussed what is angle of incidence and what is angle of refraction. And I already discussed that when a light ray enters from rarer medium to denser medium, the light ray bends towards the normal. When a light ray enters from denser medium to rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. So these are the two things we have observed. What is case 1? When light enters from rarer medium to denser medium, the light ray bends towards the normal. Let us see here. Our aim. What is our aim? Our aim means what we are going to find out. That is called aim. What are you going to find out? What are you going to search? Or what are you going to give the result? That is called aim. What is our aim? Obtaining a relation between angle I and angle R. Angle I means angle of incidence. So what is our aim? Obtaining a relation between angle of incidence and angle of refraction. So obtaining a relation between I means angle of incidence and angle of refraction. Now, for this experiment, what are the things we require? What are the materials required? So let us see what are the materials required. So the materials required are a plank. You should take a plank. This is the plank. What are we supposed to take? A plank. And that plank you should cover it with white chart. So, what are the materials required? A plank, and that plank is covered with white chart, a protractor, scale, semicircular glass, a pencil to note down, and a laser light. What are the materials required, ma? The materials required are plank. Plank means on the study chair you are going to place it and you are going to read it. That is called a plank. A wooden plank. What it is called? Wooden plank. You are supposed to take a wooden plank, a white chart, a protractor, a scale, a semicircular glass, pencil and laser light. So these are the materials required. Let us do the next one, that is procedure. Procedure. How we are going to perform this experiment? How we are going to do this experiment? You are supposed to take on the blackboard. You can see clearly. Please observe the children carefully. Take a white, take a wooden plank and a white chart. White chart, try to place it on a wooden plank so that the paper cannot move. Fix it. You can paste it with some Fevistick. You apply some Fevistick to the paper and stick on to the wooden board so that the paper may not move here and there. So what I told you, what is the first point? You are supposed to take a wooden plank and place a white chart on that. Fix a white chart on that. So children, what is the first point you are going to do? Take a wooden plank and place a white paper on it. After you fix a white paper on it, try to draw with your compass a circle. Try to draw a circle. And on this circle, try to draw two perpendicular lines. This is one perpendicular line. This is one perpendicular line. This perpendicular line is nothing but normal. It is N, 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 N. What is this? M, M. Did you understand, children? Take a wooden plank, try to paste white paper on that and draw it. Try to draw a circle and divide it, or try to draw the normals. This is NN and this is MM. These are the two perpendiculars, MM and NN. Try to take a protractor. Try to take a protractor. You know, children, what do you mean by protractor? See, in my hand, I have this protractor. This is a protractor. What is the use of it? It is used to measure the angles. What for it is used? It is used to measure the angles. So, try to take the protractor and measure the angles. Let the point, the intersection point should coincide with this intersection point. And the line you are seeing on the protractor should coincide with this horizontal line. You understand, children? The horizontal line of the protractor, the horizontal line of the protractor should, you can see this horizontal line, this horizontal line should coincide with this horizontal line. The horizontal line should, the horizontal line of the protractor should coincide with this horizontal line. Are you able to understand, the children? Are you able to understand? So, by using this protractor, when you are taking the protractor, place the horizontal line. The horizontal line of the protractor should match or should coincide with the horizontal line of the semicircular glass tube. So, then we are going to match it, or we are going to measure the angles try to place a protractor like this and try to measure the angle. This is 10 degrees. So try to draw this 10 degrees line. Next, measure 20 degrees. Take one pencil in your hand. Take one pencil in your hand and try to put 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, like this. 70. Once again, did you understand, children? Try to measure. Did you understand, children? By using the protractor, placing the protractor here, try to measure the angle and try to draw the lines. So this is 10, this is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and this is 90. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and this is 90. On one side of the right side of N, you have marked the angles on the right side of N. In the same manner, try to mark the angles on left side of the N. So this is in the same manner. Try to place a protractor here. Try to place a protractor here, and this is 10 degrees. This is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. In the same manner, try to join it. This is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Like this. After drawing, mention the angles 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and this is 90. On the upper side of this MM is called interface line. What is this MM called? Interface line. Above the interface line, I have drawn the angles from 0 degrees, starting with 0 degrees and continuing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 on the right side of N. In the same manner, on the left side of N, try to measure the angles and note down here 10, 20, 30 degrees, 40 degrees, 50 degrees, 60 degrees, 70 degrees, 80 degrees. Mark the angles on the left side of the normal. Now you have marked the angles on the right side of the N and in the same manner left side of the N. Children, did you understood? You have drawn, for example, if I am standing here, try to mark the angles on the right side of the normal and as well as the left side of the normal. In the same manner, below the interface line also try to measure the angles with the protractor. In the same manner, measure the protractor or place the protractor in such a way that the line of the horizontal line of the protractor should coincide with the horizontal line, that is called interface line. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90 in the same manner. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, like this. Children, did you understand? On both the sides of the interface line, this MM is called interface line. What is this MM? MM is interface line. Interface. I already told you what is interface. It is the point where two mediums meet each other is called interface. is called interface. MM is the interface and NN is perpendicular, or we can call it as perpendicular line, or we can call it as normal, MM is interface and NN is a normal, or you can call it as perpendicular. Now children, did you understand how I have marked the angles? Once again you see, first you take a, what is this? Wooden plank. Once again I am explaining, children, try to listen and understand. So what I have taken? I have taken a wooden plank and try to, after you take a wooden plank, try to paste a white chart on this. And after placing the white chart, try to stick it, or you can pin it with some head pins. So first you take a wooden plank and try to paste some white paper on this and try to draw two perpendiculars, NN and MM. NN is a perpendicular and MM is a interface line. Using the, what is this? Protractor. Using the protractor, mark the angles. Using the protractor, mark the angles. You know how to place a protractor. The horizontal line of the protractor should match with the interface line. And here you have the intersection point, that is O. O is called intersection point. The middle line of the protractor should fix it at intersection point, that is O. So both the perpendiculars meet at the intersection point, that is O. And using the protractor, measure the angles, draw a circle on the plank, on the white chart, and measure the angles 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 on the left side of N. In the same manner, try to mark the angles on the left side of the N, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. You have drawn on both the sides. In the same manner, try to see below the interface line, try to mark the angles on the interface below the interface line in the same manner. That is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. In the same manner, the left side of the normal 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Did you understand, children? Then so after we have drawn, after you have marked these angles, now take the laser light. Now we are supposed to take laser light. Try to focus the laser light at 10 degrees centigrade. First you take the laser light and place it on the normal. The light moves towards the light moves on the line, that is normal. I already told you, when you focus the light on the normal, it does not deviate its path. When does a light ray deviates its path? A light ray deviates its path when it moves from a rarer medium to denser medium, or a denser medium to rarer medium. I already told you, when a light ray passes from one medium to the another medium, the light ray bends. Now, let us see how does it bends. What is its angle of incidence and what is its angle of refraction? Now, try to take one glass, semicircular glass. What are you supposed to take? Try to take this is a semicircular. Consider, actually it is a protractor. Consider this as a, let us consider this as a glass, semicircular glass plate. What is this? Let us consider this as a semicircular glass plate. Put the semicircular glass plate here. Put the semicircular glass plate on the semicircular so that this glass plate coincides with this. The diagram should coincide with this. So, for example, this is a semicircular. Place the protractor like this. Did you understand? Try to place a semicircular glass plate like this. And consider here I have placed a semicircular glass plate. This is a semicircular glass plate. Here it is left free. Here I have placed a semicircular glass plate. Why? To differentiate these two mediums. This is the interface line. MM is the interface line. Above it is denser medium. Here it is. Nothing I have placed. It is in the air. So it is rarer medium. So what is this medium called? This is rarer medium. This is rarer medium. This is denser medium. This is rarer medium. This is denser medium. Children, did you understand? Here I have placed a glass plate. Semicircular glass plate. This acts as rarer medium. This acts as denser medium. Now try to focus the light. Take one laser light. Try to focus the light. Try to focus the light at 10 degrees. Where you are focusing the light? You are focusing the light at 10 degrees. That means our angle of incidence is 10 degrees. So, try to draw the tabular column. Try to draw the tabular column. What is this? Angle of incidence. That is angle I. Angle of incidence. That is angle I. Now, this is angle of refraction. That is angle R. What are the table? You are supposed to note down. This is angle of incidence, angle I. And this is angle of refraction, angle R. And you are supposed to take sine of it. You are supposed to take sine of it. So, sine I. Then sine R. The last column, sine I by sine R. Sine I by sine R. Now see the process. See children, you have focused the light at 10 degrees. What is your angle of incidence? 10 degrees. When the angle of incidence is 10 degrees, when the angle of incidence is 10 degrees, as you are focusing the light enters from rarer medium to denser medium. And the light ray is passing into the denser medium. And this is called as refracted ray. Why there is a refraction? When a light ray enters from rarer medium to denser medium, it bends. It bends towards the normal. So, when I have focused this light, the light ray is passed through the rarer medium and it enters into the denser medium by bending. And the light ray is coming out. At what angle it is coming out? What is the angle of refraction? Find out the angle of refraction and note down this angle of refraction in the tabular column. Children, did you understand? At 10 degrees, I have placed, that means I have focused the light. That is, angle of incidence is 10 degrees. At what angle the refracted ray is coming out. At what angle it is coming out? Note down that refracting angle. Note down in the tabular column. Do you understand, children? Note down the angle of incidence. When you are focusing the light at 10 degrees, at what angle it is coming out? Note down, that is refracting angle. That refracted angle, note down the refracting angle and note down in the tabular column. What for each and every angle, when it is, now you have focus the light at 10 degrees. Now you focus the light at 20 degrees. Now you focus the light at 30 degrees. When you have focused the light at 10 degrees, at what angle the refracted ray is making? Try to note down and note it down in the tabular column. For 20 degrees, when the angle of incidence is 20 degrees, what is the angle of refraction? Note down the angle of refraction and make it in the tabular column. For 10 degrees, find out the angle of refraction. For 20 degrees, find out the refraction. For 30 degrees, find out the refraction. And 40 degrees, find out the refraction. And for 50 degrees, find out the angle of refraction. When you are focused at 10 degrees, what is the angle of refraction? When you have placed at 20 degrees, what is the angle of refraction? When you are placed at 30 degrees, what is the angle of refraction? When you are placed at 40 degrees, what is the angle of refraction? When you are placed at 50 degrees, what is the angle of refraction? When you are placed at 60 degrees, what is the angle of refraction? When you are placed at 60 degrees, what is the angle of refraction? When you are placed at 70 degrees, what is the angle of refraction? When you are placed at 80 degrees, what is the angle of refraction? So, note down all the refracted angles. That means angle of refraction. So, this is angle of refraction. And when you are placed at, for example, it is I is, for example, the angle of refraction is 8. And mention sine I. So, how much angle of incidence I have taken? 10. So, sine 10 we should find out. We should find out sine 10 from the logarithm table. Sine values. Sine 10 you should find out. In the same manner, sine R is what? 8. Sine 8 you should find out. Note down the value of sine 10. Note down the value of sine 8. And mention the values of sine 10 by sine 8. What is the value? What is the value of sine 10? Note down here. What is the value of sine 8? Note down the value here. So, the total value, it comes to be a constant. So, in all the cases, when you have taken 20 degrees, in the same manner, you take 30 degrees, you take 40 degrees, you take 50 degrees. So, try to place the angle of incidence at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and so on. Measure the angles of refraction and find out the sine I of all the values and sine R of all the values. We observe that sine I by sine R is a constant. Sine I by sine R. For each value of sine I by sine R is a constant value. And this is called Snell's law. Sine I by sine R is constant. Now, our question is obtaining a relation between angle of incidence and angle of refraction. We observe that angle of incidence is greater than angle of refraction in all the cases. So, when a light ray enters from rarer medium to denser medium, when a light ray enters from rarer medium to denser medium, the angle of incidence is always greater than angle of refraction. That means when a light ray enters from, by this we can say that when a light ray enters from rarer medium to denser medium. How it is a denser medium? Here I have placed one semicircular glass plate. I have placed a semicircular glass plate here. So that's why it acts as denser medium. So whenever you place the light, whenever you focus the light or whenever the light travels from a rarer medium to a denser medium, it always bends towards the normal. In that cases, angle I is In all the cases, when a light enters from rarer medium to denser medium, in all the cases, angle of incidence is always greater than angle of refraction. So this is the relation. So I have proved that aim. What is our aim? Obtaining a relation between angle of incidence and angle of refraction. So what is the relation between angle of incidence and angle of refraction? So angle of incidence is always greater than angle of refraction when a light enters from rarer medium to denser medium.